Hey YouTube, what's up? Dr. T here, and welcome to the Altcoin Express and my hometown, St. Petersburg, Florida, where we target turning $23,000 into a cool million in 5 years by trading altcoins and Ethereum on the Binance Exchange. Take a moment to have a look at beautiful St. Petersburg, a little piece of paradise to live in. So this post is about how to milk Ontology, the current cash cow by my reckoning out there. Don't pay any attention to this, it's nonsense. It's a 1.4 billion market cap, fairly new coin. We're going to come over to Trading View. We've got it on the hour and we'll look at its whole period. So it got launched onto Trading View at least within the last couple of weeks prior to April, and I don't know how long it's been on Ontology, on Binance. Let's see. Yeah, it's been on Binance since, I think that's all. Just check this. Yeah. So it's been on Binance since about the same period of time, the middle of April. Obviously, you can see it's had a big run up and a trade down. And I've tried to get into this thing for a long time, not being able to find the bottom and having to get off again. Well, it's finally landed by my reckonings. Take a little closer. It had one upside, sold off, which I missed. Hit the bottom, and I caught this one. Got, in my last post, 99% of it. If you watch the post, it'll teach you how to do that. Now, how to get into Ontology, the do's and the don'ts. So, the first thing is to come over to my charting page. On Trading View, I like to drop a line, as I call it, drop a line from its one to its most recent point. And of late, I've just changed my moving averages to a 365-day moving average because on some of the coins, it didn't really reflect how out of whack some of these upsides were. So I just backed it out there. And when I hit 365, I thought, well, I'm just going to keep it on that number. So we're going to come in close, and the 3-minute point is the objective setting. On Binance, I have volume index set on 15, and I have a 265 day on 3 minutes. Now, notice that in this is the 365-day line, and has to find a bottom before it goes up. So clearly you do not want to try and get into it like these clowns are doing here. It will never happen. It will never go up. That is one perspective. The other perspective is just to take a look at its local situation, and I think it's good to do both. So come into Binance. This is where I am. And don't be fooled by this. This is not about to take off, in my opinion. If it does, I should be very surprised. I like to put this on its most extreme range so you can see the people who want to get in down here. That was down around the number of around about 40 earlier on, and that has certainly got a lot of people's attention since it's done its run up. This was a 5% run up, nothing special. It didn't have the legs for anything more. So then we can see that our first bulk level of resistance at relative 7 is where all the action is. Beyond that, you can pretty much forget about it. So you can see here, this block here, it's going to have a hard time getting through any of that lot. And yeah, they're very enthusiastic, these people. And I guess it's going to try and have a rush at it. But You know, it's trying to run up on no volume. You never get anywhere on no volume. It'll hit a resistance and then it'll peter out. So here we're back on the 5-minute line. You look at the volume that it took to get this up here. Well, it hasn't met any resistance. That's why it's going up. It's going up on no volume because it hasn't met its resistance. But once it meets its resistance, it's not going anywhere. And then it will follow the course of the way they usually do. This little challenge that it's putting on right now, this show and tell, it's 2.8%. I've made mistakes playing short game, trying to get a penny here and a penny there. The long game is the best way to play this, in my opinion. It will come unstuck and then it will do the normal trajectory of having to find a bottom. So here we go back over on TradingView. I put it on the minute so you can see all the action. Instantaneous responses. Big nosedive in volume. And that's probably about all she wrote, give or take. So here, a typical pattern back on Binance. Some of those people who got in, oh wow, it's going down. So they're all clustering on the upper edge, hoping that someone will buy into them and they can get out and make their penny, but it's too late. It's too late because it was stupid to buy into this into the first place. If you're buying into a coin at this point with these dynamics, you do not know what you're doing in this business and you're going to lose money. That is for sure. So remember to step back, take a look at the big picture. This was the first rise since it found a bottom for certain. And look what happens. Well, first of all, we notice that it's going to have to cross the 25-day and the 99-day moving average. This isn't anywhere near that position. And also, at least 24-hour turnaround before it gets into a position to start this run again. So, you know, these are the kind of things that you may know or you need to learn about. You can go away and come back tomorrow. I tend to like to follow these things because it's the way to learn. And you learn by observing. That's why I've gained some experience in knowing how to sell off, how to gauge when to sell off, and now how to gauge when to get back in. And this is certainly not a point for doing that. I like to kind of look at both the TradingView and the Binance account. This is my line, my 365-day line. You notice this 365-day line hasn't even begun to come down yet, and that has got to bottom out and turn before this is going anywhere. So that's the primary from my perspective on this. This will take quite a long time, and this is just an instructional kind of view at the current situation. So we basically are like 6 hours since this went up. And you need to kind of think more along the terms of like 24 hours. So that's my 10 cents. Come back tomorrow. Look for a long range moving average to come down, bottom, turn, and then look at the regroupings of what people are doing before you consider getting back into this. This is just air. This is not going anywhere in my opinion. So with that, hope you find this useful.